All right. Hello everyone, welcome back to another playthrough of Ninja Gaiden Sigma. We're in chapter 10, playing as the oh crap, had the fight with the Greater Fiend Alma, killed her sister, and Rachel has been seemingly captured by Draco. So that is that. We are now kind of in a tough spot. Not a lot of money. Why is this acting like that's something I gotta buy? Not mine. I ain't gonna worry about it. Anyway, in a bit of a tough spot because the military for Vigor has been deployed. So we're going to be probably going up against people with guns. So that's going to be a bit complicated, but we shall make do. All right. Let's get it. And I'm going to try and talk about some cases I've been listening to. Because this type of stuff is important. Like, there's one in particular that I feel like I really should probably cover, because I mean, sure, it was in another country, but it doesn't mean it can't happen in your country, in the States, whatever. So let me get my footing in the game real quick, and then we can get on with the cases. Okay, unlock the door. It can now be opened from both sides. You have a bayonet. Hey, rude. I should change my weapons. These guys probably do well against with these. Okay, so this case, so I think this case was in China, and that's important because y'all know the app or the platform Red. Apparently that was something that was going to get popular during a time when there was talk about banning TikTok. So right to use this weapon. Come on, baby. Come on. There we go. Attaboy. So Red Note, it's not TikTok, but it is a social media platform, and I think people are just going to go to it instead of TikTok as just like a job to the government in the US. And that's specifically the US. But that's what Red Note is, and you know, it's like any other social media platform. You go in there, you make comments and stuff like that. And one of the things people would do on there is that they would, you know, like you would say TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, whatever, you can go on there and like advertise yourself. So this one person was advertising themselves as a nanny. It was like some older lady, and she was advertising herself for nannies specifically for women who were recovering after giving birth. Apparently in East Asian countries like South Korea, China, maybe Japan, I'm not sure, the only ones they mentioned were China and South Korea, something called confinement recovery is common. Confinement recovery is where you have it so that the woman, after giving birth, mother, okay, whatever, I'll do a different save, how about that? The woman is to stay in her house. She is not to leave her mother. Babes. Alright, boy. Stop that! Yay! The mother, like, does not leave the house. She stays in the house and she just rests. She's to eat warm foods. She's supposed to sleep a lot, not move a lot. She's supposed to do like little to nothing. And so some people would hire nannies specifically made for women recovering like this. So these are like confinement recovery nannies. And so there was a woman advertising herself, again, like an older lady, advertising herself as a recovery nanny. And this couple, they hired her. And I think they had her, I wrote it down. Yeah, they had her only for 10 days. They hired her for 10 days. And, you know, they thought everything was, you know, going fine. But come to find out, one day they came home and they see the video footage, because they have, like, as you imagine, like a camera to look at the map. Going the wrong direction. Let's go this way. They have cameras in the baby's room, and like this is a baby. Like this is like a couple of weeks old. It's a baby. And they have the cameras, and they look at the cameras one night, and they notice that this woman is throwing the baby, shaking the baby, and then stuffing blankets in the baby's mouth and so many other things. So as you can imagine, they see this, and so and they fire her. But then they start being curious, and so they go online to see what other people have said about this nanny and see about the person who referred them to the nanny, because that's why they even got her. They were referred to her by someone else. And they look at it, and it seems like, I think one, other people had other experiences with this, and two, it seemed like the person who referred them to this woman, to this nanny, is the nanny's daughter. Ooh, should I get health or should I get an upgrade? Or should I just get health right now and wait till I get my sword up even more? I really was saying get these armlets. I'm gonna get health. I don't need the wooden sword, but it doesn't do anything. Let's get 4. And then, okay, yeah, I can just leave it there. So yeah, it looks like the person who referred them is the nanny's daughter. And on top of that, it seems like it is the nanny's daughter that set up this nanny account for their mother. So what it seemed like was happening is that you had this couple, this man and this woman. They are, I think they live in China. No. They're in the US. Because this is in California. The couple that hired this nanny and this woman did all these crazy things to the baby. She was in the US. And so what they found out was that this daughter and her husband had come to the US, and the daughter decided to bring her mother with her. And they decided to sign her up to be a nanny, even though she was here in the US on a tourist visa. She is not allowed to work in the US on a tourist visa. I feel like I need to get up there somehow. Bro. Oh, what's this? Okay. Okay, let me change my projectile weapon. Oh, what's this? Let me go over here. I'm about to die. Oh, I can't leave. Let me try. Oh, there's people up there. I thought they were just... So now chain my weapon back. Okay, good. Yay! Uh-oh. That's gonna... So we have a strong arrow now. Strong bow! Cannot be pulled... Alright, I done this shit. That was not supposed to come out. I'm so sorry. Oh, is this guy? Let me just... Got him. Okay. So yeah, she was not allowed to be working in the United States because again, she was on a tourist visa. You're not allowed to work on that in the States. Don't do this to me, game. Don't do this to me. Oh, it's safe. Okay, we're done with the chapter. Okay, I'm about to say, just like, don't give me another boss fight. I can't. Please. Okay. That's good. That's good. We're good. Good job. What? Am I still a dog? I'm still a dog. Okay. Well, hey, I think I did pretty well. Call me a dog if you want. A dog got it done. A dog got it done good. Yeah, she wasn't supposed to be working here, but I guess, oh, let me read this. The Vigoorian army is after a renegade element, Ru. The military radio tower is key to the army's organization. Oh, thank God. This game's so sweet to me sometimes. It gave me full health. But, it looks like the daughter, for whatever reason, felt the need to have her work, or like she wanted to work. Cause it looked like the mother didn't want to be doing this, considering how she was treating her the children, and it was just, why? It's not like she loves kids or anything like that, because she's abusing them. And so people, they were able to report her to the police, but before they were able to do anything with her, she fled back to China. So they were not able to press charges. I think they tried to do something, but extradition laws and all that stuff, and her having been a tourist, it probably made things really complicated. I'll be right back. I need to go check something. Okay. Sorry about that. Making oven baked French fries, so I had to go check them. But yeah, because of extradition laws and all that stuff, it would be complicated trying to get her prosecuted. And the thing is that it was kind of confusing why they even did this in the first place. Like, why did the daughter sign her up? Why did the nanny even do this? Like, it was just so strange and just diabolical, just for the sake of it, by the looks of it. And especially considering how perfect the daughter, like the family, they're rich, so it's not like they needed the money or anything. I'm gonna go around. Warehouse key. Can you please? A-hole. Baby, honey. Thank you. Goodness gracious, Lord have mercy. Anyways. So yeah, it was just so strange and just so cruel. Like, again, these were babies. This was a baby. Couldn't have been more than a couple weeks old. And she's doing these very damaging things to it. And seemingly for no good reason. Like, there's no good reason to be doing that. But, like, for no reason other than because. Like, what? So, be careful when you're hiring people online. Alright. These social media platforms are helpful for finding people and connecting correct people for necessary or for symbiotic type situations. How many of those do I got? Please tell me I got a lot of them now. I got 8. I need 1 more. So, like, I get the convenience of them, but kind of sucks even in this situation because, again, they were referred to this woman and it turns out that referral was bad. So, you really can't trust anything. Oh gosh, they give me a lot of health. Yep, there it is. Change. They're flying. So I need to use. Are they like scanning for me? What? Okay, so I'm gonna go to my explosive arrows. A core section of tank shells made from a heavy tungsten material. They have superb penetration capability. Okay. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Okay. It'd be nice if I could get that stuff. It'd be really nice if I could get that stuff. Goodness, do they just go and keep coming? Say what again? Come on. Hey, Mr. Butt. Come on. What's your name, bro? Dude, do your job. Please. Just get up here. Bro, please, for the love of all that is holy and good. I hate these games. Why are there so many of them? Like, die. Goodness. What is this? Oh, I need something. Okay, I think we did it. So now, I think I need to check our food again. I'll be right back, sorry. So yeah, no idea. So weird, so terrible. Just be real careful. Real careful. Here we go. There's something down here. I think luckily the baby was okay. She didn't die. But and she won't even remember that because again, she's only weeks old, but God knows what that might do to her on the long run. So I have to do it in a certain amount of time. Is that what it is? Oh, okay, it's moving consistently. Gotcha. But, yeah, so be careful. I know you can find some really good people sometimes on, like, you know, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. But put it simply, people be crazy. Okay, where should I jump from? How the heck? Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm Fry got into my apartment. I don't even know how. Oh, come on, boy. Get up there. You know how to climb. Why he go just... Never mind. So, yeah, that's that one. There's more to it. I heard it on Rotten Mango, if you're curious. But yeah, there was more to it. But it was so strange. Okay. Oh, come on. Ugh. Because he likes to be dramatic and do like this spinning, flip and all that garbage just to jump no matter what you do. So his jumps are a wee bit annoying. Ugh, I can just walk on. Okay. Another case I listened to somewhat recently, that kind of made me blame everyone involved, including the one who asked the person to talk about the case. I heard this on Mr. Black's channel. That is the guy who does The Disturbing Truth. I've covered a couple of his cases before, or more like a couple of the cases he's gone over before. And so can he not make it over there? Because there's a scarab over there. I want it. Wait a second, you guys. There's a fly in my house and I don't want it on my food. I'll be right back. Okay. Oven baked French fries are bomb. Anyway, yeah, he did Disturbing Truth videos. I covered a couple of his videos before. With this one in particular, I want to make sure I give you. Oh, well, that's not the one I'm thinking of. The one I'm thinking of is this one. Her name was Janiyah Russell. It's a 5-year-old little black girl who, I forgot where this happened. It was in the States though, I know that much. And oh gosh, I'm so bad at this right now, I'm sorry. She this case even came to Mr. Black's attention was because of Janiyah's grandmother. Her grandmother asked Mr. Black to cover this case because she noticed that not a lot of news sources even covered a little bit of her case. It was as if the death of a 5-year-old was seen like not important, wasn't newsworthy. It showed up in maybe one news site, but that's it. And so she wanted Mr. Black to cover the case so that it can have more attention and potentially some true justice can come about, because with a lot of cases, particularly involving children and particularly involving sexual abuse and stuff like that, true justice is not served, I feel like, in a lot of the cases I've heard. Anyway, so that's why. And so Mr. Black looked into it, and yeah, he discovered the same thing, that there were a lot of places that covered it. All right. Map. Cool. And so what he kicked the video off with was a video of Janiyah with this grandmother that asked Mr. Black to cover the case. I should be able to make that jump. The fact that he doesn't is crazy. In this video, it's Janiyah sitting on her grandmother's lap and they're talking. And she's saying how I'm going to see my daddy, because her mother and her father are separated. But she's like, I'm going to see my daddy. Something about how her mother said to tell him or to tell her if he does anything. See, I should be able to make that. The fact that he doesn't. Like the fact that he doesn't just like climb up there. I'm not sure about that one. And Janiyah, again, she's 5. She said that her dad touches her. Mother says he won't touch her anymore. But she said, but he still touches me. Nope, change that. Change that right now. Should we try these? I like a little more. Yeah. It's my favorite weapon right now, I'm sorry. Oh, there's a save point in there. Let's go in there. Yay. And the grandmother hears that this child, again, she's 5, seemingly complaining about how her father will not stop what she terms as touching her. And the grandmother just like, well, let's hope he doesn't keep doing that, and that you have a nice time with your father. And she's still like laughing and smiling. Like, it's like this girl didn't say anything worth anything. Like, it wasn't important what she just said. And so the case is about how there's this nanny that Janaya has. And the nanny, as far as most people can tell, is perfectly fine. She is she was the cousin of someone. I think she was a relative. If not a relative, she was a close friend or someone they trusted. They meaning Janaya's parents. And so didn't really think anything of it when she was over watching Janaya, taking care of her as she always does, Nothing to be worried about, right? Well, Janaya ends up in the hospital while she is in the care of her babysitter, Siobhan. Police take Siobhan in, question her, because the last time Janaya was perfectly fine. She was in the care of Siobhan. And I think, now I think about it, Siobhan is the mother. She's the mother, I'm pretty sure, of Janaya, not a babysitter. I'm thinking about another case, because there's 2 cases that are somewhat similar. Let's see. The Vigoorian forces are deploying weaponry that you have not yet encountered. Your sword alone may not be enough to penetrate their armor. Uh-oh. That sounds like I should do another save, just in case. I mean, I guess really don't have to. And so they take Siobhan in and they question her. They're just like, what in the world happened? And she's like, well, I think they claim that she oh shoot. Here I am reading my OneNote to get an understanding of what the heck this case was about. Alright. Round 2. Round 2. Come on, Ru. You got it, babe. Babe, I need you to get your eyes off the thing right now. Attaboy. Keep running. Flip your little heart out. Flip your little heart away. Round 3. No, that's it. Yay, we did it. Those arrows are really nice. I like them. I like them a lot. Because I can't remember. I'm mixing up cases. There were 2 cases that were really similar to this. I didn't write down enough about it. I'm sorry. But basically, I wrote down what had happened to her, what her injuries were. She died, as you can imagine. She died. That's why we're even talking about this, because she's dead, and again, there's not a lot of coverage on it, and it's honestly what they're claiming happened isn't the most believable. She had a lacerated liver, which insinuates that someone stomped on her stomach so hard it ruptured her liver. She had bruises so deep that it went down to her bone. And yes, okay, I was right. It was that Siobhan was a babysitter, not that she was a mother. She was the mother. She was just the babysitter. But those were the extent of her injuries. And Siobhan, if I remember correctly, she's just claiming, oh no, nothing crazy had happened. She just fell off a swing while we were at the park. Yes! I was hoping that would happen. But the police are saying there, because for a while the police didn't tell her the extent of her injuries. They didn't tell her what happened. They knew that she probably knew what her injuries were, but they did not reveal in the interview because she was feigning like, I don't know what happened. Nothing happened with her. She was perfectly fine. She was just a little sleepy or whatever. I think what she claimed was that she had put Janaya to bed. I'm looking around to see if there are any scarabs, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm just running around like a fool. She had put Janaya to sleep, and she claims that in the morning, Janaya wouldn't wake up, so she put her in the bathtub to wake her up, if I remember correctly. I could be misremembering or mixing up cases. Sorry if I am. But try to wake her up or something like that. Didn't work. Noticed that there was something wrong, so she took her to the hospital. And police saying ain't no way, because remember, she had bruises on her entire body. She was beaten up. So she's going to sit there and claim, Siobhan, and claim that she had taken the clothes off this baby. You would see that she had been bruised the way she had. Yeah. Guys, she's throwing a helicopter now. Guys, she's throwing a helicopter now. Baby, I need... See, I don't like how this camera automatically makes me look at... Nonde. That did nothing. I wish. Let me change to explosive arrows. That's crazy. Those arrows did not a dang thing. Why aren't the explosive arrows working anymore? Yeah, how are the explosive arrows? Goodness, we're about to die. At least now I know. Dang it, we're gonna die. Does something really say that that doesn't do anything? Ah, I was close. All right. Well, at least now I know that I can't. What I was doing was that I wasn't aiming. So I think I need to aim a bit more. I know. Thank you. Appreciate. I like the fight variety. Yeah, this seems to be like my best time to attack. Quite annoying. So it looks like there's certain times where you can't even attack. Why am I so bad at avoiding that specifically? I think what it is, I need to avoid, just avoid until he gets to this part. Goodness, these stones are hard to avoid. Okay, there you go. Yay. So yeah, terrible wounds, terrible injuries. No way she got this just by like falling, or I think she even tried to blame one of like a sibling or her or like a daughter or another young child that was around. Just like, no, this wouldn't have happened then. So long story short, because a lot of the video that I listened to was just Mr. Black analyzing and playing her interrogation video. And long story short, it's basically concluded that it seems like she beat Janaya because I don't think she even had a reason. I don't remember. Just like she just beat the heck out of Janaya to the point of killing her, realizing that she was not in a good place. I think she put her back in bed and try to play off as if nothing was wrong. And then like concocted the story, brought her into the hospital, and that's how we got the false story that, oh, she was playing and she fell, or some other, she got in a fight. That's another thing I think she tried to clear, that she had gotten in a fight and with some other kids in the neighborhood, and the police were trying to explain to her, ain't no way she's going to get this level of injury from a fight with some neighborhood kids, and you not again notice or realize that there's anything notable enough requiring a hospital visit. Look at the mom. All right, we gotta go back. So yeah, it seems like she beat the crap out of her, and therefore they did convict her of murder, and she was sentenced to 25 to 50 years. The interesting thing was, remember how, again, Janiyah in the video claimed that her father would touch her, even though she didn't want him to be, by the sounds of it. And where else am I supposed to go? Oh. Let's go ahead and give it to the old man. And so the grandmother thinks that potentially the father had something to do with it. That it was actually the father that beat Janiyah. And Siobhan is just taking the heat for it. Because the grandmother stated that at one point, the father has stated that his hands are certified weapons or something silly. And so the grandmother thinks that the father is actually the one who beat, because she doesn't believe. Where you is? Oh, there you is. Anybody else want this heat? Y'all need to stop this. I think they're done. Okay. Cause yeah, the grandmother does not believe that Siobhan beat that girl as hard as she was by herself. She thinks somehow the father, who is Richard, that's his name, was involved. And the crazy thing was, Richard was going to undergo, or more like he was charged. My goodness. Oh, it's not a door I can open. Okay. He was charged with, I think, child abuse and essay of a child. Because they analyzed Jania's body, remember? And they found on her body, under her fingernails, sperm. And they did a DNA match. And it is someone either that is her father or someone who is related to her father. Where should I go now? So they had arrested him, but mysteriously those charges were dropped. And that's that. So Siobhan is in prison for a very long time. And I think the charges against Richard, because I think they had evidence of some other stuff going on, are still pending. And so the grandmother is still like actively talking about this case because she thinks it's not the full story. She thinks that we don't have the full. Oh, here we go. What is this? Maybe I hit these. Maybe. There we go. Got him. The military's communications are down and their organization is in shambles. Now's the time to escape the base. Resistance around the train turntable is low and it's perfect time to steal a train. The road runs to the Droku district. Fragrance of Dayflower. Ah, didn't even do that, but okay. What's that? Ayana's handmade incense, when used, it replenishes Rue's ki power slightly. Alright. So again, thinks the father probably has something to do with it, but as things are, you can't really prove it. But that case angered me a lot because if it's true that Richard had something to do with Jania's death, right? When the grandmother heard this girl say, "My father won't stop touching me," or basically saying her father keeps touching her, something like that, and you respond with, well, hopefully he doesn't do that again, or whatever. And you don't immediately like stop recording to figure out what the heck's going on. Because it sounds as if either this is the first time the grandmother's heard this, or she's heard this from Janiyah multiple times and just doesn't care, doesn't think it's important. I don't know. So I was mad that why the heck are you still recording as if everything's all fine and dandy when your daughter or when your granddaughter is here basically saying her father is making her uncomfortable. She's 5. And you're just like, well, let's hope he doesn't do that again. Huh? And I don't remember where the mother was in this entire case, but I can't really say much about her. Father is also gross because again, they found semen in her fingernails and she's 5, and his daughter. So it really just sounded like one of those cases, just like everyone around this child failed her and did not do what they needed to do to make sure she was okay and protect her. Because I know if I heard while I was like recording a cute little video of my grandchild or with my niece or whatever, and I hear just like, oh, this person, I tell them to stop touching me and they keep touching me. I'm like, what? What do you mean? Explain. We're getting into details. And even if you have heard this before, I'm still stopping that recording to be like, huh? I thought we stopped that BS. What do you mean, sweetheart? And get the deets. And then go burn a house down. Because, huh? Like, after listening to that case, I was just like, I wanted to feel for the grandmother. I really did. But it was hard to do that, considering how oh, you know what I need to do? I need to run on the wool. That's what I need to do. Blue, please. Good man. Would have stopped everything. And yeah, it was hard to feel for her. 'Cause I was just like, how can you hear that and then seemingly act like this is perfectly normal, or it doesn't matter. Dang. It's just, ugh. But a part of me does agree with the grandmother, especially considering, again, the type of evidence they found on that girl and how badly beaten she was. But I wouldn't know how to explain why I want to explain why homegirl Siobhan own. Yay! Door is locked. My foot. You better open this door. But I swear to... Where the heck would I get this thing at? What do you mean door locked? Okay. Where would it be? I want to get off now. I'm tired. You don't realize how badly I didn't want to do this recording. Ninja Gaiden, it's getting better. I am enjoying it a bit more because I think luckily we're getting things that help a lot in succeeding in it. So I'm not dying. Bastards. Control room key. That's what happened. They didn't drop it. I just shot the living daylights out of them. I guess I blew up the control room key. But yeah, I am enjoying it more. But back to the case. I wanted to feel bad for the grandmother because she sounded like she really wanted to get an answer to what happened to her granddaughter. And I wouldn't say I hold her responsible for what happened to Janaya, but again, if it's true, that it was Richard who did it, I do partially blame her, because had she made sure Janaya did not go back to her father ever, after hearing that Janaya is saying her father touches her, Janaya wouldn't have been around the father in the first place. Again, this is if Richard is the one who actually did it. This is concerning me. It's that laggy. Sorry guys, I'm not sure why that is. Okay, it's cleaning up a little. I think that's my cue to get off. I think we should just skip this scene. Literally look like I can. It's a long chapter. Is there anything this man can't do? He can drive a freaking train, guys. The heck? They better not start me in a boss fight right now. I already did a boss fight. I did 3 boss fights. I am done. I'm getting off this game right now. I'm sure this would be so cool if the game wasn't lagging. Blew that ish right up. Cool. Yep, there's a chapter. Chapter 11 cleared. What, am I still a dog? I think I'd rather be a dog. Saying lesser ninja, just something about that really hurts. Yeah, we're back here. May I save, please? I'd like to save now, please. They usually have a save point right after these sections. Wrong ones. Nope, that ain't it. Do I have to blow up this? This looks explosive. What looks like it could be exploded? Merda! What the freak? Very good. Now open up these blasted gates. Oh, I'm going down here now. Oh, wait, lady! No, wait! Chota! Chota! Merda. Chapter 12. The Aqueduct. The army's organization has crumbled. There is no need for Ru to stay in the now silent capital. Oh, so I can leave the capital. Oh, gosh. Crime! Just blew them all up. Oh, here's a point. Wait, I want to get the note, though. Yes. Your path lies this way. Okay, you're completely... Oh, wow, that was helpful. I'm glad I went back. Gotta say, Ayana, I like her. All right, so that is that for today. Gone through, what, 2 chapters? Chapter 10 and 11. We're in chapter 12 now. Making good progress. Yeah, this game, I appreciate that it definitely gets easier as you move along. Have a lot more health, have a lot more weapon variety. I've gotten kind of a groove with which weapons to use in which situations, which is again one of my issues with Bloodstained. Bloodstained had a bunch of different weapons, but I really found no reason to use those particular weapons because they really didn't give me a reason to be particular about the weapon I used. But with this game, you have to use a particular weapon for specific things because each weapon has a different attribute that is helpful in certain situations. So like as you see, I'm figuring out that I like my staff. I like the Lunar when I'm dealing with people on the ground. But if I'm dealing with enemies that like to fly around, that are high up, whatever, I use my sword. I need to figure out where the Nintuks or the Vigoorian flail, when those are helpful. Because I'm sure they are helpful in certain situations as well. I just haven't figured out when that would be. Maybe they're good against the fiends. I don't know. But I appreciate that very, very much. I like the weapon variety, and I like how there is a reason for the weapon variety, because each of those weapons are very helpful in very specific situations. Like the Lunar isn't that good against flying enemies, but the Dragon's Sword is. Maybe the Dragon's Claw and the Tiger's Fang are pretty good for flying enemies as well. They should be. They should have similar techniques associated with them as the Dragon Sword. I really like that's probably why I like the Lunar so much. It's powerful, but it's also pretty simple to use. But on top of that, it has really good combos that are very strong with it, or very strong within it. So allowing for pretty easy use of it to take out your enemies, like you saw with the army looking guys. Took maybe a couple of hits and they're down, or he's cutting off their head. It seems like, yeah, he has like a charge up ability. And I wonder if the other ones have that. Ooh, they do. What about this one? So it's like the num sound. Wow, kawaii. I love it when we're like kakui. That's really cool. I love it. Okay. Cool. I love. But this staff right here. Ooh. This staff go hard. I'm with it. I'm with it. And I really like that depending on whether or not you're running on a wall, you're going backwards, you're going forwards, whatever, he does a different strike. And the strikes are different depending on which weapon you're using. I gotta say, this game did a very smart job with having the weapon variety, but not having too many weapons. And then on top of that, with having the weapon variety, the weapons, each of the weapons, as I stated earlier, are helpful in very specific situations. Like one weapon is better to use than another one. That's how you have a bunch of weapons in a game and have them be useful instead of useless as they were in Bloodstained. And the only reason I brought up Bloodstained is because it reminded me, like, having all these different weapons reminded me of Bloodstained and how I was annoyed that there was really no reason to have that many weapons besides just to have. So yeah, I definitely appreciate that about this game thus far. Alright, so as stated, we're making really good progress. We're going to continue on with chapter 12 next time. We are only 6 chapters away from finishing this one. This is becoming a great adventure. I'm enjoying it. I like Buro, he's cool. I'm starting to like Ayane a lot. Not looking forward to the final boss fight, but we will try our best, and hopefully in between the final boss fight and now we can get another like fire slot so we can have 4 instead of the 3. But luckily we were able to increase our health, so I think we're chilling. Alright, so good times. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on next playthrough. Bye bye.